Alright, y'all, we're making another recipe. This one is gluten-free, as you can see by the Campbell's. So, you're going to need some seasonings. Onion, garlic, black pepper. This is one of my lovely new favorites. Garlic butter. You need Campbell's. I got gluten-free. These are actually really good. I was really on the fence about them, but the Campbell's cream of chicken and cream of mushroom, those are their only two gluten-free that I found, are actually really close to the originals. I think they're great. You're going to need some kielbasa. I almost called it what we call it in my house. Not nice. So, you need a kielbasa. Any kind will work. We like the chicken one, believe it or not, and Kroger delivery so nicely gave me a light one. Thank you. Going to need some hash browns. You can use the O'Brien ones to kind of get it all in one, but they didn't have them, so I also have a seasoning blend. And you're also going to need some, just a little bit of chicken broth. Or you can spray your crock pot. I don't. So, just a little bit of chicken broth. That is what you use in the bottom to not make it stick. So, first things first, we're going to put some chicken broth in the bottom. Then our hash browns are going to go in. Alright guys, so you're just going to need enough to just kind of coat the bottom. And this really just keeps everything from sticking. About that much. As you can tell, there's really not even a lot. So next we're going to pour in our hash browns. Alright guys, there's our bag of hash browns. I kind of like smack the bag on the counter a couple times to break them up a little bit. If there's still chunks, that's fine. They'll break up as it cooks. Alright guys, next is going to be our kielbasa. You can chunk it, dice it, slice it, however you want. I'm going to chunk mine, throw it on top of my potatoes. Okay guys, so mine's cut up. We're just going to right in there on top. And now we're going to start putting in our diced peppers and onions. And like I said, if you have the bag of O'Brien ones, those do work better. They just didn't have it, so. And you can add to your liking. You know. I just want enough to get some in every bite. I don't like how that one looks. Don't know what that was. So, you know, I'm not going to add the whole bag. I only added about half, so. Although, for some reason, I swear in these mixes, it's like always way more onions than peppers. That's fine. So now we're going to start adding our dry seasonings. Black pepper to taste. If you've seen my videos, you know I like pepper. Next, we're going to go some more onion powder. Not a ton. There is a difference to me between dry onion and onion. Roasted garlic. I prefer roasted garlic over regular. I just think it gives it a little more of a kick. And then I am in love with this garlic butter. I know that Kinder's has some, and I don't know why, but I just like McCormick's a little bit better. So we're just gonna all over that. All right, now we're gonna put in our cream of chicken, and you can use regular. I just prefer the gluten-free because I need it. So just plop your pudding in there. And I do think these come out of the can easier and better than a regular cream of chicken. And this is my first time using the cream of mushrooms, so let's see how this one does. They don't look as thick, which I like. Oh, those come out nice. And there's not really any left in the can. I do like that. Okay, so now that we have got everything in here, we're gonna mix it up. And like I said, don't worry about the clump potatoes. They will break up upon cooking, like that one. And you really just want to kind of get everything good and coated between the seasonings. Don't fling your potatoes. Between the seasonings and the onions and the soup. Now, at this point, you can add cheese if you want. I do not. And then once you got it all good and mixed together, you're just gonna cover it, cook it on low for 6 hours. Alright guys, this is after it's been in the crock pot. If you want to add some cheese, this is where you'd add it. If not, it looks delicious. If you don't want it to be as, we'll say mushy, you just don't cook it for as long. But this is my version of like potato soup. So I am excited. Hope you enjoy this recipe.